Alright guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Already, with the 5x5 and I didn't even say anything yet. But anyway, that's okay. So, there's, there were some interesting things that happened this week. One of them, obviously, we're going to talk about here in New York. As I still look online, a lot of people seem to think that there's something bigger at play, and it isn't so. It's a simple, straightforward, Democratic knucklehead move. But anyway, let's get this out of the way. Dan Phillips, thank you for the 5x5 before I even came on the screen. Mr. Landfill, Ozark Prepper, Flown Grown, Jeep Girl, what's going on? Dobie, Patrice, Elaine, Bush Pig, By the Book, Cat Girl, Lisa, Prep to Adapt, Old Mutt, Jeep Girl again, Jacob, Spotted Fawn, Mamacita, thank you for the 5x5. Gary, Loretta, thank you for the 5x5. Eli, thank you for the 5x chocolate chip cookies. Okay. And Brent, thank you for the looks good, sounds good. Henry, thank you for the 6.5 by 5.5. I don't know what the hell that is. And all right, let's get on with it. That was quick and easy, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, Adriana Crow, thank you for the 5x5. All right, good. We got a lot of that out of the way. So, a lot of people are under this impression that what's going on with the National Guards is, like Adriana thinks it's going to be martial law. It's none of that. We had National Guards here before in the subway system years ago during 9/11 or right after 9/11. There were National Guards in the train station for a long while, actually. For a couple of years, they were in the train station. But that's it, guys. They were not in the train stations as much as they were by like Penn Station, like the bigger hubs with bigger transport areas, right? So Penn Station, airports, things of that nature is where they were. They weren't actually in the train stations like they are now searching bags. And in fact, they're not really searching bags. They're just there. NYPD is searching the bags. State Trooper. And if you looked at the video I showed you in my last video, if you look at that video, that was a photo op, if you will. There is never, I don't understand why there's ever a time where you have state troopers, National Guardsmen, and NYPD, and an MTA cop was around there somewhere. But that was such the photo op. It was bad. And I don't think anything of it. I don't think anything bad's going to come behind it. I know a lot of people like, well, what if it means? It don't mean shit. It don't mean a thing. Is it going to cut crime down? I don't think so. Especially that these guys are at the wrong station. They're at the more popular stations, the more busier, business-oriented stations, and not the ghetto slum stations. But we're going to get into that in a little bit. We're also going to talk about Mr. 19 most likely being leaked. Now, this is the third article in a year or two time that I've read where Mr. 19 was leaked out of a lab. They keep... A lot of us had already known where it came from. The stupids, the people that are still asleep, they're out there now reading this going, oh my God, did you hear this? It was actually from a lab in China. Like, no shit, man. Patty C, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. But, yeah, man, whatever. We're going to go over that article a little later tonight. But it's stupid. And then we're going to talk about the social media outage. Again, that could be a nefarious act, but I don't think much of it. We do need social media to end. I agree with that. I know a lot of people are like, good, fuck social media. Absolutely. Social media is shit anyway, so it's not needed. But that's a buildup of things to come. So, like, I wasn't worried about that. When it went out, I was like, all right, whatever. They're going to get it back up and running. It's when, guys, they go for the kill. When they go for the super outage. That's where everything collapses at once, or everything goes out at once, right? Or the super cyber attack, the fire sale, whatever you guys want to call it. That's more concerning, and that's a lot more realistic because we are witnessing cyber attacks on a daily basis with a company or two, and then we're witnessing cyber attacks on social media and the phone service. So even though they're not calling it a cyber attack, it's definitely a cyber attack. I mean, who are they kidding, right? But anyway, let's get back to not the problem at hand, but the political move that was staging 750 National Guardsmen at train stations here in New York City. Again, this is to make Hochul look good. If I'm not mistaken, I think she's running again, right? She should be running again for governor. And if she is, this is just to make sure she makes it in for the race by saying, I did this. I made sure crime went down the subway. Listen, bitch, you got to make sure crime goes down throughout the entire state, not just one area, the entire state. They got fucking dudes running rampant upstate New York. I forgot what city or town it is upstate from me, but they're running fucking rampant up there. I know Albany's not doing too well either. So there's a lot of shit going on throughout the entire state of New York, and they're trying to focus here because this is the hub of the world. I know a lot of people seem to think that New Yorkers think that we're the center of the universe. We are. Just because that thinking comes from everything goes through New York, right? Though finances goes through New York, big business deals go through New York, everything goes pretty much through New York. And then you have the main hub transportation systems here as well. LAX is also a big airport as well, but that's over in the West Coast. A lot of shit happens here in New York, and we are sort of the model for a lot of things. That being said, that's not always a good thing either. But I do like to tease people, say we are the center of the universe. Because everybody looks to us for a lot of shit. Whether that's fire department, police department. And police department not so much anymore. And I don't think fire department much anymore. I know fire department we were the end all be all for a long time. But I think we lost that rank. And NYPD lost that rank years ago. Anyway, New York Governor Kathy Hochul announced plans Wednesday to send National Guards to New York City. Now, I love how she says send National Guards to New York City. National Guards are deployed based on the area they're from, if that makes sense. Right? So a lot of the National Guardsmen that are here in New York City already, they're not being sent here. They're already here. They assemble at a spot by the East River. I think that's 142nd Street and 5th Avenue. There's an armory over there. They assemble there. And those are the ones from probably upstate New York, Harlem, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens. They're all here already. They make it sound like she's sending them from upstate New York, like down here. Like it's weird. But anyway. So, National Guard's in New York City subway system to help police conduct random searches of riders' bags for weapons following a series of high-profile crimes in the city's trains. Now, we've had high-profile crimes forever. The 2 last week and the 1-2 weeks prior to that, those weren't really high profile, but whatever reason they made it high profile, and that got the attention of the governor. Now, like I said in my video, guys, I'm going to say it again. They're searching bags. Criminals do not put guns and knives in their bags. They put them in their waistband or in their jacket, on their person. It's not in the bag. Someone, JJ Shoots, like, stop thinking nothing's going to happen. It's on the brink of all-out chaos. JJ Shoot, we are not on the brink of all-out chaos. You will know when we're on the brink of all-out chaos. We're not even close. All-out chaos is Haiti and other countries like Haiti. We're nowhere near it. Are we entering bad times? Absolutely. Is crime going to skyrocket and get out of control? Yes. But we're not in a chaotic state just yet. We'll probably be there soon, but we're not there now. And we're not at the brink of it either. We'll know when we're at the brink of it. Trust me. When you have cops leaving in droves, and I'm talking about next week, 500, 1,000, 2,000 cops retire, and then the week after that, 2,000 more retire, then we're at the brink of chaos. Because chaos follows when manpower drops with PD. Firefighters, on the other hand, we're going to stick it out for as long as we possibly can until we can't, and then they'll bounce as well. Then you'll have true and other chaos. But right now, we're not even close to that. And JJ Sue's like, oh, yes, we are. He's like, oh, yes, we are. Listen, if you haven't lived through the 80s, I don't know how old you are, so I'm assuming you haven't lived through the 80s if you're making that statement. The 80s was chaotic. And the 80s was almost chaotic. It wasn't quite there yet. If you look through other cities and other countries, that's chaos. We're not there yet. When people start getting raped in the middle of the street and nothing's being done about it in broad daylight, when people are, I mean, right now they're being shot and robbed in the middle of the street in broad daylight, but when you start getting the more heinous crimes in broad daylight, and people stand there and watch, and there's no help in sight, that's chaos. We're not there yet. But anyway, let me continue with this shit. This stupidity they call reducing crime and whatever, stupid asshole morons. Anyway, they're checking riders' bags, yada, yada, yada. Hochul, a Democrat, said she would deploy 750 members of the National Guards to the subways to assist the police department with bag checks at entrances of busy train stations. Again, these high-profile crimes didn't happen at busy train stations. They happened at hood train stations, ghetto train stations. Like here, I left the train station here tonight, or came out of the train station tonight. There was nothing at 125th Street, and there was nothing at 168th Street. Nothing. They're all downtown, guys, for the fucking cameras. A photo op. That's all it is. Now, I'm going to do a show on chaos. JJ said I'm 70. Then you must have forgotten the 80s, because the 80s was a lot more chaotic then than it was now. Way more chaotic. I mean, and granted, I see what you're saying, because as we get older, we look at things a little differently through a different lens. But we're not there yet, man. You will know. Anyway, this is Kathy Hochul and her bullshit. So hold on to your bullshit meters. For people who are thinking about bringing a gun or knife on the subway, at least this creates a deterrent effect. They might be thinking, this bitch, this fucking high sedity, Whitey Wood bitch in fucking upstate New York. This is what she's stating the criminals are thinking. Because she's been down here that long, this fucking whore. Anyway, she says, they might be thinking, you know what, son? It just may not be worth it because, yo, son, I listen to the mayor and I listen to the governor, and they have a lot of people who are going to be checking out bags. All right, so she didn't say it like that, but I'm saying it like that. Because this fucking hooker whore thinks, whatever. So Hochul said that they think it's not worth it because I listen to the mayor and I listen to the governor. This bitch. This fucking... Oh, God. Let me get through this. Before I throw my fucking computer out of the fucking window. Whatever. I can't believe she said that. She's like, I listen to the mayor, I listen to the governor. Yo, B, we can't do that anymore. They're going to check our bags, son. I'm sorry. Criminals don't keep their guns and knives in a bag. Some psych patients do. That's for sure. Some psych patients definitely keep their shit in the bag, but the not crazy, but thuggish kind of dude is keeping the shit on his person. But yo, that was rough. I listened to the mayor. She's like sitting there. She's trying to I'm having such a hard time because she's trying to rationalize what thugs and criminals, rapists are thinking. She's rational. She's trying to sit there and go, yo, I listen to the mayor and I listen to the governor. They got more people, so we're not gonna criminal. Holy shitballs, dude. My God. I can't believe she said that. Whoever wrote that for her should be beaten within an inch of their life. Oh my God, that is fucking incredible. Incredible. I bet you fucking money they don't get any weapons. I bet you money they don't. And if they do, they're going to be like, oh, we caught one person with a gun and we stopped one crime. You didn't stop shit. Because the other problem is, guys, that they're assuming that somebody would... You know how many guys with guns are on a train on a daily basis? Every day, there are probably hundreds, if not thousands of dudes with guns on them. Not in a bag, not in their attaché or whatever the fuck you guys call that, or briefcase. It's on their person. Thousands of dudes are on there a day, or let's just say hundreds of dudes are on the train station every day with a gun on them. Every day. They're not up and whipping the shit out and starting some shit. They're going to point A to point B. Maybe they're going to murk somebody on the fucking other side of that train delivery, but who knows? So they're not really stopping shit, and they're going to assume that they stopped the crime if they caught a gun, which I can't stand when politicians do that. We caught a gun today. We stopped a shooting. How the fuck did you know? Maybe this guy was taking a gun to his friend, giving it back to him after he shot somebody a week ago. Like, the nonsense with these guys is fucking out of control. I'm having a hard time. I can't believe she said that. I really can't. But whatever. Why isn't everyone watching our fearless leader? You know why? Because I think people rather watch me and my tomfoolery than that idiot talk. I think. But maybe I'm just going out on a limb with that one. But anyway. Let me get to this rough bullshit that I can't under. I am never amazed, but I'm actually fucking amazed that she said that. I really, really can't. Anyway, the move comes as part of a large effort from the governor's office to address crime in the subway. She also floated the legislative proposal to ban people from trains for 3 years if they are convicted of assaulting a subway passenger, and said officials would install cameras in conductor cabins to protect transit workers. Cameras, listen guys, unless a camera is fucking a transformer, it's not protecting you. A lot of these kids are wearing masks anyway, so cameras not. I hate the fact that these politicians sit there and go, cameras save lives. Cameras don't do shit but catch the bad guy in the act. In the act. The guy's not going to look at the camera and go, oh no, there's a camera here. I guess we can't criminal, and then go home. Said no criminal ever. And if they're wearing a mask, they're really going after her. So being that this bitch, yet again, thinks that putting cameras is going to stop conductors from getting assaulted, she is delusional. She is like the trans person who thinks they're fucking, God's gift to men. And I know some of you know what I'm talking about. Look up Gorlock. That is a horrendous mess of a human. Horrendous mess of a human. And yes, it's called Gorlock. It's the most ugly. Listen, if it was a dude, it's horrendous looking. If it's a chick, it's doubly horrendous looking. It belongs in a Star Wars movie, Jabba the Hutt. That's who that motherfucker belongs in. That person thinks that they're the hottest thing since sliced bread. This bitch thinks she is a godsend security agent, saving everybody fucking, in the world by setting up cameras. Because cameras are going to catch criminals. If the fucking thing transforms and stops a crime, I salute you, lady. You got one over on me. But telling people that a camera is going to stop crime, God, my neck fucking hurts, dude. It really does. No. Not Warlock, Gorlock. And somebody said, oh my fucking God, not Gorlock. Yeah. Gargoyle Warlock. Nice. But yeah, man, that motherfucker's delusional. Delusional. Like, sat there, and I saw this video, not on accident, because I started following this dude, and he did a video where Gorlock was in a room with like 10 dudes, and all 10 dudes were like, no, absolutely not. No way. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to pass. I'm like, what? The delusional factor of people today are out of control. There are too many people out there that think they're a Billy Badass and don't know who they really are until they get into a fight. There are women out there who think they're hotter than fucking Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston is a hot motherfucker. But anyway, not the point. And there are bitches out there thinking that they're hotter than her. There are bitches on Instagram that belong in a fucking science lab zoo. They're so fucking ugly. They're like the chud people, right? They come out all like, look at me, I'm sexy. And they look all fucked up. And you're like, bitch, you belong in the science zoo. And what is a science zoo, you're asking? A science zoo is where you put up the most fucked up creations ever created by man, and you throw them in a fucking zoo. It's like a freak show. But you come up with a scientific explanation as to why they look so fucking ugly. That's a science zoo. Anyway, with that, yeah, Lizzo belongs in there as well, right? That fucking chocolate melon ball, whatever the fuck that is. Not the point. Sorry for fucking going off. These people just, the amount of people that think that they're like good looking, hot, this, that, and the third. I'm like, yo, play your fucking position, man. If you're ugly, just be honest with yourself. Don't be like, yo, I look like Janet Jackson. You get out the car looking like Freddie Jackson. Friday. But, I mean, yo, it's bad, man. It's bad. A lot of people that have this, like in the Matrix, they're like, you know, you're the image of yourself is how you think of yourself. There's a lot of people living in the fucking Matrix in their head, thinking they're hot. I'm like, my God, man. You see a motherfucking, you know, a thing. You're like, what is that? And it's a fucking thing, and it's coming down a block, and it's singing how sexy it is. I'm fucking sexy. And you're like, what the fuck? And it's just dragging his leg down a block, and it's like, it's fucking thinking it's good looking. And I'm like, yo, put that shit in the science zoo, man. Holy shit. And it's just people, there's being confident and knowing how you look. And there are people out there that are like, listen, I'm not the best looking person in the world, but, and then they give you some mumbo jumbo. But they realize that. But yo, the fucked up people out there, the chuds of the world, and for those of you who don't know what a chud is, cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller. Which underground dweller is sort of one and the same. But yeah, look up chud, and look up Gorlock, and that's what you got floating around the world. Science zoo. Get your fucking ass there. There's some people that need to go, man. Some people that just need to go. Drinking game. Someone comment was playing a drinking game. Yeah, good luck. You should be fucking annihilated in the next 8 minutes. But anyway, man. Beauty is in the behind the beholder. Is the fucking shit ugly ass people fucking say. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. No, it's not. No, it's not. There's fucking ugly out there. Suffice it to say, guys, there's some shit out there that are just short of nightmares. When you look at it, you're like, oh, what is that? Is that a girl? Is that a guy? Is it even human? You know, like there's some ugly motherfuckers out there. And Gorlock is it. Gorlock, it's just Gorlock is a walking cholesterol. Like, you know, like if cholesterol had legs, that would be Gorlock. And listen, it's one thing. I know that there are people out there that are not fortunate to be blessed with good looks. And there's some people that are blessed with good looks. But I even found women who look good, ugly when their fucking attitude is fucking up to the top. They're like, I'm the hottest thing since sliced bread. No, bitch, you're not. You know what I mean? You're not. That shit, that's the other side of that coin. There's too confident. There's knowing you look good, but you take it to the new level. Yeah, you know? But beauty is in the beer is on the beer holder. Yeah, it is. I wear super thick glasses at night. Yo, it's fucking bad out there. But anyway, I'm trying to get through to this because this article, the governor is just, she's delusional. She's under this. I don't know who her advisors are. Whoever the fuck is sitting. I'm confused. Like I said in my video, guys, trying to understand Democrats and their moves, it's so asinine, it hurts. My brain is fucking hurting right now. I've never seen or heard anything like this. We're gonna put cameras in conducted cabins to protect the transit workers. What the fuck, lady? Seriously? Anyway, deployment of the National Guards would bolster an enhanced presence of NYPD officers in the subway system. The governor said she will also send 250 state troopers, because that's exactly what state troopers want to do. They want to be in a subway system here in New York City. State troopers can't stand coming to the city. They can't stand it. Now they got to stand in the subway system? What the fuck, man? Seriously? So now they're like sitting there like, man, please let some shit go down so we can have a reason to shoot somebody. Then police officers from the MTA, Metropolitan Transportation Authority state agency, to help with bag search. Now again, the people or the agency doing the bag search mainly are NYPD. Unless NYPD can't be there, and then it'll be the MTA. I doubt very much you'll see the guards doing any of the bag search, but I could be wrong. Hochul has tried to mount more aggressive public safety messaging strategies after Republicans campaigned on crime concern and performed well in the House races around New York in 2022. Her subway plan is another unfortunate example of policy making through overreaction and overreach. It's definitely overreach. Prep to Adapt, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. Catgirl, I mean, listen, a lot of people are saying maybe something more nefarious could happen. That's in the back of my head. Do I think so? No, but it's still in the back of my head. I'm like, maybe. But Hochul isn't smart enough to do this, to set something like this up. And I don't think she's deep in the know. Now, listen, guys, even if you have the guards there, something horrendous would have to happen where you would need them to stay there all the time, right? And I don't know what that would be. I mean, hell, you had that guy a couple years ago with the dynamite on him or whatever it was, blew himself up in the train tunnel, right? The thing went off ahead of time and he blew himself up in the train tunnel. They didn't even put National Guards in the station after that. So, I mean, I don't know, man. You know, who knows, man? I love our Texas State Troopers. You know what? I don't like troopers. I'm not a big fan of them. And I don't know why, but troopers take this shit way too seriously. And maybe because I'm a fireman and we don't take our shit seriously, and we are legitimately in a life or death situation all the time, especially every fire we go to, and we still find jokes to crack at a fire. So maybe it's just that mindset that I have, that when I look at troopers, they take their shit too seriously. They never crack a smile. And listen, and I understand that they got to be stern. That I understand. I understand they got to be nervous, because some of the videos I've seen, the troopers get shot. Bad news. But I don't know, man. They're too serious for me, man. I mean, listen, they shouldn't be like super troopers. I'm not saying they should act like that. That's way above. But I don't know. That's just my thing. I met some troopers that we had a decent conversation. But out of, let's say, 10 troopers that pulled me over, maybe 2 of them were cool. You know? And the rest of them were like, fucking just, whatever, writing me up and all this other bullshit. Oh, Prep to Adapt, thank you for that. Thank you for the heads up, the gear review. Listen, I'm trying to do better with these gear reviews, but I fucking suck, dude. I seriously do. I'm trying to be better at it, but I'm not technically savvy with what you call it. So I'm trying to do a different angle on them now. Did you see a video where Prescott Valley, Arizona called the fire department to change tires? No way. I didn't see that. Save the basements. But anyway, Super Troopers was a good movie. Sorry guys, sorry for the side ranting and shit like that. All right. Sound policy making will not come from overreacting to incidents that, while horrible and tragic, should not be misrepresented as a crime wave, or certainly don't call for the reversion to failed, broken window policies of the past, she said. And this was the New York Civil Liberty Union Executive Director Donna Lieberman. Overall, crime has dropped in New York City since a spike during the Mr. 19 event, and killings are down on the subway system. They're down by like a couple, like 1 or 2, and when they get one less, they're like, "Oh look, guys, we're down 2%." Whatever. A rare fatal shooting and shoving on the platform, which were going off like hotcakes last year, can put residents on edge. Then stop standing by the fucking edge of the tracks. Stop standing by the tracks. You won't get shoved in. This is a simple solution. Now, there was one video where I saw an EDP grab somebody from the wall and drag them into the tracks. That's a different ballgame. But if you're being shoved in the tracks, it means you're standing too fucking close. Simple solution. Police in New York have long conducted random bag checks at subway entrances, though the practice has been applied sporadically. Passengers are free to refuse the search and leave the station. Critics have often raised questions about whether the searches are effective policing tactics in a subway system that serves over 3 million riders a day. Now, I said this in the video, I'll say it before, you have to profile. You undoubtedly have to profile to get the people you want. The problem with profiling is that it puts them in a position of lawsuits, which who gives a shit. But if you profile the right guy, let's just say me. I'm coming in this train station. I got my knapsack on. You check my knapsack. Meanwhile, I'm like fucking Neo in the Matrix with all kinds of shit under my jacket or hoodie. You didn't check me. You checked my bag. Now I'm getting on the train. Now I'm like, it's John Wick time, fucko. And I start fucking whipping shit out and popping people left and right. Tommy Solvis, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. But it's weird how they don't, they're not saying they're going to profile, but they have to. That's the only way it works. And profiling, and when done right, guys, is super effective. When done wrong, like we've seen in the past, right? Every time a cop, for an example, pulled over a black guy, depends on where they were, down south or out west, they were pulling over a black guy because he was black. And 9 times out of 10, they pulled over the wrong one. 9 times out of 10. But when you do it here, you're looking for a certain kind of kid, or a certain kind of guy, and that's who you stop. But they're going to pull over the white lady, the working class mom, just so that they don't look like they're profiling, but they have to profile to make this work. Now, again, why would they have these guys, state trooper, MTA police officer, NYPD, and National Guards at a busy train station that didn't have any of the crimes going on? If you go up to, 149th Street in the Bronx, for example, I forgot what train line that is. I think it's is it the 2 train, maybe? The 2 train? Why don't they have them there? Right? And even then, forget about it. Let's go further back. Let's go further north. They should have them there, but they don't. So, again, they have these guys in a busy station that has low crime. Meanwhile, the high crime areas are going unchecked, and you're going to continue to see these high-profile incidents happen at those train stations. Also, guys, if you do not mind, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Now, reasoning for the MTA, police officers, NYPD, who's always been there, National Guards and state troopers, I think the straw that broke the camel's back, if you will, was the MTA conductor slashed in a random Brooklyn attack. They also had a celloist, right, a guy playing the cello, get hit in the head with a glass bottle. That lady gets sent free. She attacked somebody yesterday. This is the problem and you know what the problem is, guys? It's the judges. People keep saying that it's the no bail reform. It's the judges. The judges have the right to, you hit this guy over the head, set bail. They can do that. They can set bail on anybody, but they're given more leeway to not put bail on people. But a lady that hit the celloist in the head with the bottle should have already had, first of all, she should have never came out. She should have had bail set at like 50 grand, right? But instead, they go, nah, don't worry about it. Just let her go. She'll be okay. The next day or 2 days later, the next week, she attacked somebody. It's the judges that need to be checked. We should be at these judges' home fucking causing havoc. Let me causing havoc. I'm talking about playing loud music in front of their home, blocking the streets like the Palestinians do, the Palestinian protesters, like they're doing in D.C. right now. Palestinian protesters were in D.C. blocking the president's path. The morons, the Palestinian protesters, I like to call them, because they're stupid as the day is long, they blocked the road that he was coming down. Secret Service has multiple ways for him to get there, right? The Secret Service is not going to pull up to a blockade of dudes with Palestinian signs saying "Free Palestine," and they're going to go, "Oh no, guys, we can't get to the state of address. What do we do? Oh no!" And then they go back to the White House. No, they're going to pick another route. Simple. But those idiots. I mean, listen, the whole Free Palestine shit. It annoys me to no end, because those idiots think that they're going to change something that's been written as long as we can remember. That fight between those two is thousands of years old. It is not going to all of a sudden absolve itself because you sat there and thought, let me protest block the streets, chain myself up to a car. Like, none of that is going to change any of that. Anyway, I can't stand these protesters today. They all think that their cause is going to change because they're protesting. Well, I did something about it. Didn't do shit. They're still lobbing missiles at one another in fucking Palestine, Israel. They're still going at it. There is supposedly a ceasefire coming down the pike in the next couple of days. Let's see where that goes. But I also don't care about the ceasefire because I don't care about what's going on over there. I am so disinterested in what's happening to Israel and Palestine. I can care less. I couldn't care less. I'm just like, fuck them. Fuck them in the ass. Those two people need to handle their shit on their own and leave us out of it. We don't need to be a part of that bullshit that's not going to stop. There's nothing I can say that's going to change that. There's nobody I can support, whether that's Israelis or Palestinians, that's going to change it. Nothing's going to change, unfortunately. Right? If there was a chance of us changing it by protesting, yeah, I would probably be in one of the protests, fucking, hey, stop this shit, man. Hey, but it don't work that way. So these people are wasting their fucking time, these jobless motherfuckers, blocking traffic, preventing people from going to work or going home. If I had a Humvee or a tank, it would be over. There would be no such thing as protesting on the road. Because everybody, and I mean everybody, would be flattened like pancakes. But anyway, MTA train conductor was grateful Thursday for a doctor who stopped the bleeding from his neck. He got lucky, by the way. And he was randomly attacked by a stranger who slashed him on a Brooklyn subway stop. A doctor saved my life. That's the reason why I'm safe right now. Scott Alton Scott, who is 59 years old. He's like almost ready to retire, this guy. Has recovered at home. So clearly it didn't hit his artery. Had it hit his artery, he would not be home right now. Right? But anyway, Scott was cut when he poked his head out, as they do, from the cab to make sure the doors are closed and nobody's blocking it. Under the MTA rule, when a train arrives at the station, conductors announce the train stop. They stick their head out of a window to make sure no one's stuck in the doorways and all that other bullshit. They also look at the surveillance cameras, because there's surveillance cameras on certain train stations because the trains bend and now the conductor can no longer see all the way down and all the way up. So they'll look at a TV screen in front of them, which is a closed-circuit TV set, and it looks at cameras that are looking to make sure no one's stuck in the doorway or being dragged or whatever it is. The attacker said nothing, approached Scott, and slashed his neck. Bleeding from the gnarly wound. Who the fuck I don't want to go on another tangent, but how does a reporter put gnarly? Are you fucking 5, you moron? You just say bleeding from a terrible wound in his neck, not bleeding from the gnarly wound. Oh, God, fucking people. We're losing our shit, man. Professionalism out the window. Scott called for help as he was holding his neck. Someone help me. Someone help me. I just been stabbed. I need help right away. Please, please, please. I'm reenacting the whole thing. Then the doctor came over, and then he was my angel. All right, whatever. So now this guy's still alive. He didn't die. Thankfully so. And the doctor was among several commuters who offered to help Scott. Someone called the police. The doctor held Scott's face mask over the wound to staunch the bleeding. Staunch the bleeding. What are we staunching? Oh, God. Again with these writers, man. Like gnarly and staunching. Who staunches bleeding? You stop bleeding. I can't with these fucking kids. They're fucking killing me with their bullshit. And I know it's a kid because no one uses gnarly and staunch in the same fucking article. No one. Anyway. Moving right the fuck along to something a little more thought-provoking, perhaps. Mr. 19's origin, most likely lab leak. No shit. You don't fucking say. While no firm conclusion has yet been made among health and government officials as to where Mr. 19 came from, the U.S. Energy Department has now reportedly indicated it believes the virus was most likely the result of a leak in that fucking Asian country. One of two prevailing theories under investigation along the natural human exposure to an infected animal. The view of the Energy Department. Why is the Energy Department even fucking talking about this shit? God. Sorry. which oversees a network of national labs. Okay, that's why. The Energy Department, which oversees a network of national labs, some of which conduct bio research, was reported Sunday by the Wall Street Journal based on a classified intelligence report, but has not been confirmed by ABC News. People who read the report said the assessment was made with low confidence. Oh, now they're going to start walking it back a little bit, according to the journal, referring to the lowest of 3 confidence intervals in the intelligence community. It's the latest development in the ongoing work in the United States and the internationality to determine where Mr. 19 came from, to both trace back the origin in order to hold any responsible parties to account and to understand its inception in order to prevent the next pandemic. But with no smoking gun, as they like to say, and limited access to raw data, discussions of the science has played out in a haze of circumstantial evidence. At the same time, the origin have become contentious wedge issue at home, while the Chinese government vehemently denies Mr. 19 could have come from one of its labs. They still denying this shit. They're still denying it like we're stupid. Listen, I know politicians lie, but really, dude, at one point you should be like, no, we fucked up, it came from us. I think the Chinese think that if we know it came from their lab, that there could be a lawsuit through the international courts. I forgot how that works, but I'm pretty sure one of you nerds are going to tell me about it through email. But yeah, they could be sued at an international level and pay for damages to other countries. Not so much people, but other countries. If I'm not mistaken, that's what I heard 2-3 years ago. A spokesman for the House Oversight Committee said in their own brief statement that the Office of the Directors of National Intelligence had provided a response of Oversight Committee Chairman James Corner and a selected subcommittee chairman Brad Westrup February 13th letter requesting information about the origin of Mr. 19, and we are reviewing the classified information provided. The White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said in an appearance on CNN on Sunday that he would not confirm or deny the journal's report, but that right now there is not a definitive answer from the Intelligence Committee on where Mr. 19 started. And again, they're playing this stupid game. And you know what's going to happen, guys? In 10 to 15 years, they're going to be like, oh, it was from China. They all know where it came from. They're dropping these reports, if you will, to keep us on the ropes or guessing or however you want to look at it. But everybody in the intelligence community knows exactly where it came from. But they're playing this fucking game, so fine, let's play this game. But we already know where it came from. We don't need anybody to help us out with that fact. All right. Some elements of the intelligence community have reached conclusions on one side, some on the other. Number of them has said that they just don't have enough information to be sure. Sullivan said, "Here's what I can tell you. President Joe Biden has directed repeatedly every element of our intelligence community to put effort and resources behind getting to the bottom of this question. If we are going any further insight or information, we will share it with Congress." Yeah, right. Whatever, dude. The White House declined on Sunday to say if Joe Biden had been briefed on the Energy Department's view, referring to Sullivan's comments. Oh boy, whatever. Fucking always a warning. Somebody's always warning the U.S. about some shit. In 2021, the president launched a 90-day push for the U.S. Intelligence Committee to redouble their efforts to find more definitive conclusion regarding the source of the virus. Stormhawk, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Thanks. Lost my place. Consensus among top officials in the Biden administration have been that the pandemic originated in one of those ways. Declassified summary of that work, released August 2021, the U.S. intelligence agency said they remain divided on the most likely origin of Mr. 19, but that the two key hypotheses remain possible. Either natural exposure to an infected animal or an accidental lab leak. We all know that's the two that they're going with, but from exposure from an animal, not likely. Not likely at all. Anyway, this is a long article. There's more mumble jumble. Chinese subsequent rebuffs lets the WHO know to proceed without. The Chinese are still denying it. They're like, ching chong, we made Chinese food. We didn't do this. Cha cha ping. And then they moved on. Now they're trying to take over the world and fuck us in the ass. Anyway, social media outage, guys. Let's get on with that bullshit. 15 minutes to go. How about it? All right, guys, if you do not mind, do me the favor. Hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Whatever floats your boat. If you are not liking my show today, hit the thumbs down. If you are, hit the thumbs up. I am tired. Facebook, Instagram, and other Meta platform suffered a significant... We're talking about the social media outage. Meta platform experienced significant outage worldwide. Facebook, Instagram, Meta platform suffered a significant outage on the morning of Super Tuesday. Now appears to be resolved. Experts at 3 organizations that monitor the internet traffic, Kentic, NetBlock, and Thousand Eyes, never heard of that one, confirmed that Meta's various companies, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and Messenger, experienced a major drop in traffic Tuesday morning. Now, interestingly enough, I saw this in a movie, so I'm pretty sure it's close to true, but when everybody's in the office and they're at one of these social media sites, there's a screen, and the screen shows you the traffic, the amount of traffic that's going on, and the amount of people that are on. And each social media service is set up differently, but let's just say, for argument's sake, it's this nice fucking squiggly line, right? Up and down lines of people showing up, and all of a sudden that line, red lines, flat lines, just boop, right across the board. And all of a sudden, the amount of people that are currently on, drops to 0. That it's like a whirlwind when they see that shit happen, because they're like, what the fuck? And then they automatically know that, all right, there's something going on, and then they fall back to their nerd mode, and they start they start nerding out and shit, and then they try to find out what's going on. The outage, which spanned multiple countries, was related to users' login. A lot of people got logged out, and it appeared that many Facebook users had been logged out of their accounts. At the time of the outage, Meta's server was still online and reachable, indicating that the problem was most likely a back-end service issue. Major political campaigns use some of those servers, especially Facebook, and the outage may have prevented them from engaging with their constituents on Super Tuesday, when the 16 states and 1 U.S. territory held presidential primaries, and 5 states held Senate, House, and governor and local primaries. Meta spokesperson Andy Stone indicated Tuesday afternoon that the issue had been resolved, but earlier today, a technical issue caused people to have difficulty accessing some of our services. Now, again, they're saying that it was a back-end service issue. It was a cyber attack. Why can't they tell us that? Not sure. But nonetheless, guys, they're going to continue to lie. And if they are telling the truth, it's going to be hard for us to believe it. Because I know, like me, I'm dead set and wanting to believe it was a cyber attack. Because cyber attack would be the best thing to happen to the internet right now. If it shuts the internet down, good. Fuck them. YouTube channel's gone. Instagram accounts are gone. Who gives a shit? We don't need it. Right? Though it is fun to communicate with you guys and do a live stream. It is very fun. But if it ended tomorrow, I would be fine with it. Let's see. In a media call with reporters about the election, a senior official from Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency said the agency was aware of the outage. Again, they were also noted about the outage with the cell phone 2 weeks ago. Now, again, I find it interesting. 2 weeks ago, we have a cell phone outage. A week later, we have 2 weeks later, we have a media Social media outage? What's next? I mean, listen, if the power goes out, that'll be fun. Man, will that be fun times if the power goes out? Because who knows how long that's going to take. Now, I already have my shit ready for a blackout. Right? So if they attack the power grid, I know what I'm going to do next. Right? And that's definitely more plausible, being that we're watching these things happen essentially in slow motion. Let's see. And Andy Stone states, we resolved the issue as quickly as we possibly could for everyone who was impacted. We apologize. Again, you guys know what I feel about that stupid. We apologize for the bullshit. Whatever. Now, here's the bigger issue, guys. Forget about the social media outage. Forget about the bag checks and all other bullshit. The super outage. The super cyber attack. The fire sale. The one that's going to cripple this country in the dick. The one that's going to make us pay for it and pay for it dearly. That's the one we should all be nervous about. We should definitely be looking out and be prepared for that one. That's the leave this world behind attack. That's the one I'm waiting for. I'm not worried about anything else. I'm worried about that because that guys can sneak up on us, can fuck us, can screw us, can make life hard for a lot of people. Now, again, being ready for it, which I know a lot of you guys are ready for it, it's not going to be a problem for us. What's going to be a problem is the chaos that ensues afterwards. As far as surviving, having our preps in play, making sure that we have our food, our generators, our solar panels, whatever it is, all stocked and ready to go, our food stocked and ready to go, our water in plentiful supply. That's the easy part. The hard part is the chaos that comes behind it. And that's the more worrisome thing. A lot of people seem to think that the blackout itself is going to be hard. The blackout itself is going to be the fun part. The not so fun part is the shit that we're going to see, the shit that we're going to hear. We're going to see, and if the power stays out, for every hour the power stays off, the worse things get. It's not every day, it's every hour, especially in a climax that we are right now and where we have multiple migrants coming to this country. We got a lot more criminals, thugs, and rapists now. We got dudes who are killing girls for no fucking reason at all. We got fucking people stealing and pushing robberies while the power is on. If the power goes out, and it goes out for a long period of time, for every hour that goes by, things will get dramatically worse. Right? So now, that's what we have to be careful of. And I don't know how, I know how we're going to react to it. I know how a lot of us are going to do, we're going to fare well. But a lot of people are not going to fare well. They're just not. And there are going to be a lot of desperate people. Now, again, being that I live in the city, I'm already sort of behind the curve because people are going to automatically assume that I have shit. And some people know that I have shit because I have this channel. Right? It's again why I'm trying to get out of here before the year's end. Because what's going to happen, guys, and I'm doing a video, I'm trying to be methodical about this video, about society collapsing and what you're going to see. This video, I'm not going to pussyfoot. I'm not going to do like a couple other preppers did to societal collapse. And it was good videos, but they pussyfooted. I'm going to be a little, there's going to be more imagination, and it's going to be more violence to it. Not that I'm going to be doing violence, but there's going to be more violence to it. Because I've been watching gore videos in other countries and shit that goes on in other countries. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. And it's going to be bad. Adriana, thank you for the heads up. And it's going to be bad. We're going to see some horrendous shit, guys. Again, for every hour the power is down, it's going to get dramatically worse. And depending on where you are, it's going to get super bad every hour. If you're in the middle of the woods somewhere, in the sticks, or on your own, you're going to be fine for a long while. Probably a couple weeks before it reaches your doorstep. But for those of us that live in cities or near cities, we're going to see this decline really fucking fast. And for those of you that live an hour away from the city, you're going to see it within a day or so at your doorstep. You're going to see people leaving by foot probably on the 7th day, because people are going to wait this out for a couple of days before they realize, shit, the power's not coming back on. Jump on your ham radio and start hitting signals and going, the power's still out on day 3 nationwide. It's time to start moving. But yeah, when I do the video, it's going to take me a while because I'm trying to navigate it carefully. Navigate it to where I don't get kicked off of here, but also be as raw as I possibly can. But yeah, guys, shit is definitely going to get out of control. Shit's definitely going to get crazy. That's without a doubt. I mean, as far as a nuclear war happening, listen, like I said before, nuclear war is always on the table. But I'm not worried about a nuclear war. I'm worried about the more realistic shit happening. We got so many people coming across the borders. It's insane. Insane. I've never seen this amount of insanity coming across the border and nothing is being done about it. Like, zero. You know what we should have? We should have Border Patrol agents dressed like Gorlock, just standing there with M4s. They don't even need M4s. They don't need M4s. They just got to stand there in their blobbiness, in their cholesterol-ridden body. Just stand there at the border, just chilling. And when the fucking migrants come across, they go, oh, what is that? What is that? And then they fucking run around the other way. They start throwing burritos and shit at it, like, get it out of here. And meanwhile, Gorlock is catching shit with his mouth because, the fat, whatever the fuck it is just fucking catching shit out of the sky. They're like, we can't beat this thing. We got to go back and regroup. And they go all the way back to Mexico and regroup. I think that's a better defense system than anything else. Fuck lasers and helicopters and border patrols with M4s. Put a Gorlock or a Chud right at the border, or the ugliest human known to man on the border, just chilling and shit. Hanging in a tree and shit, looking all fucked up and people be like, what? What is that? Why is its eyes glowing? And then they run the opposite direction, right? Because they're like, no, we can't do that. We can't beat that thing. Look at it. Our fucking burritos are bouncing off its belly. Let's get the fuck out of here. And they all fucking run for the borders, right? I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I think that'd be the best defense system. Or, like the senator said, build a moat and put some alligators in it and have at it, But the alligators thing I think was funny. I'm like, somebody actually said that? That's fucking crazy. I mean, like, I get that people are upset about the border being open. I am too. But I would fucking employ a Gorlock before I would an alligator. Because, not for nothing, but Mexicans will kill the alligator and make it into some kind of burrito. Alligator burrito or some shit like that. But you put a Gorlock on the fucking, the walls, they're running for the hills. Like the hills have eyes, they're running for the hills. Right? You have the Chuds standing there and shit. It's fucking on. It's on. So 4 days walking in the jungle, I'm not going back. After you see a Gorlock, you'll go back. You'll go running back. You'll go running back telling the stories of how you survived the Gorlock. That'll deter people from coming here. It'll deter a lot of people from coming here. People are like, oh my God, what is that? Is that a Gorlock? They'll run for the hills. Trust me, there's nothing horrifying than that. And for those of you that are like, what is it? Just look it up. Just look it up. You're going to slam your computer and run away from it. I guarantee you. 20-foot Rosie O'Donnell's is not a bad idea, too. All you have to do is feed them jelly donuts, and that'll be fine as well. She's sitting there like, fee, fi, fo, fum, where's my burritos, or whatever the fuck she's going to be saying, and fucking chasing them down. Because like 20-foot Rosie O'Donnell, she takes 2 steps. She caught all the migrants in one hand. Boom. She eats them like burritos. And maybe she could do that. Then they'll tell the story how they escaped the 20-foot Rosie O'Donnell who was eating Mexicans like burritos. Whatever. Anyway, guys, I got to go off the air soon. I will see a lot of you guys next week. Tuesday, I should be on next Tuesday. If my schedule is correct, I should be on next Tuesday. I will see a lot of you guys there. I might do a walkabout in the city. I saw something interesting yesterday, but I double-checked and saw it again today, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You guys are going to have to wait and see what that is. I might do the walkabout in Harlem Monday. But it was interesting what I fucking saw. And the crazy shit is they're selling this shit out in the open in front of the cops, and no, it's not weed. Anyway, guys, other than that, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the donations. And I will see some of you guys on the Angry Truth channel. I'll see the rest of you guys next week.